welcome to The Natural View. I'm Maggie Jacqua. I'm the content director of Whole Foods Magazine, and my co-host is Todd Pauley of 24 Stories Marketing. Hi, Todd.
Hello, Maggie.
So we have a very special guest here today. We have a pioneer in the industry. We have Dr. Mahi. He's a founder of Sabinsa. Welcome. So great to have you.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Yeah, welcome.
Great to have you here. So we're in the July 2022 print and digital issues of Whole Foods Magazine. We're shining a spotlight on leaders and pioneers in the natural products industry. And in that issue, you'll be able to read more information on Sabinsa. But today, we're honored to be talking to you, and we're going to get more insights into what makes Sabinsa so successful. So I want to start at the beginning. I mean, you truly are a pioneer in this industry before nutraceuticals were even really, a thing. So
Yes.
talk to us about the history there. What led you to the natural products industry?
You see, I started my business back in 1988, and I was focused on generic drugs. Unfortunately, I was way ahead of my time. Then I looked at what else I can do with my educational background in the US and my experience with the Pfizer and other pharmaceutical companies. I looked at the natural products. There is a whole host of information that is not known to Americans, natural products that can help us. So I literally jumped in and started looking at the products. Extensive research was done, and the first product was Garcinia cambogia, and did well with that. Then I looked at, from a pharmaceutical background, we take vitamin C, and we don't know that vitamin C, 100 milligram you took, you are getting it. You don't know that. Now, there is no question of bioavailability in natural products or nutritional items. It is just given. So I looked at that and created the product called the biopill. The concept here is, it is not what you eat, it is what you absorb. Okay, so I was able to prove that with the 5 milligram biopill, which is taken from black pepper extract, you can improve the bioavailability of vitamin C from 10% to 80%.
Wow.
Coenzyme Q10, 33% more. So my second blockbuster came. Truly a blockbuster. Okay. Then if we look at the nutrition industry, everybody is looking for an antioxidant or an anti-inflammatory. And I looked at what is there in Ayurveda that is prevalently used. Lo and behold, there is turmeric used extensively in Ayurveda. Then I looked at the studies, the colors in that one. Everybody thinks turmeric is yellow colored. They know that. But there are 3 types of colors in that one. There is curcumin, which is yellow color. There is bis-dimethoxycurcumin. Then there is dimethoxycurcumin. But in particular ratio, the colors are very effective as an anti-inflammatory. So I brought that into the market. I enjoyed the fruits of that one. And today, it is one of the biggest products. And so is the black pepper extract, biopill, one of the biggest products. I could count the 33 clinical studies just using biopill. That is our hallmark. That is the science we bring into the nutraceutical field. Even before Stephen D. Felici came up with the word nutraceutical, we were in that business because we are not snake oil business. If we bring a product to the market, there is science behind that one, there is a specification on that one, and we can tell you the toxicity of that one. And toxicity is also done. The basic rule here is, if it is not toxic and it can do something for you, then it is a good product. Okay. It should not be toxic. That study we do. That is the first and foremost.
And so, Dr. Maji, I'm wondering, as you came up and you forged ahead with science, I'm wondering about your mindset. What kept you going? Because it couldn't have been easy. There wasn't a proven model. You had this direction. Where did that drive come from? What was your mindset there?
Todd, I'm basically a scientist. I'm not a businessman. You see, the first book I wrote on biopill was about 100 pages. The next book I wrote is about 250 pages. Now, The very recent book I published is nearing 400 pages. That is on ashwagandha. I also published a book on ashwagandha about 15 years back, but that's about 100 pages. See, science is really and truly invigorating. If you get into that one, you will get that idea. If you are a scientist, you get excited. I have my bumps and I have my problems, but when it comes to good quality science, and I'll give you examples. See, we came up with a new product called curcumin, literally translated cousin of curcumin. The product is called a cannabinoid, okay? It was there in turmeric all these years. Nobody took the effort to isolate, find out what it is good, look at the toxicity. Then because it is a very minuscule quantity, go out and make the product available and bring that into the market. Of course, I have protected with the patents also, so that I have some room to improve upon that one. Now, turmeric has been known to the industry for 30 years now, but nobody knew that there is another component in that one far more effective than curcuminoids. Yeah. Then, we are all aging, all of us. There's no stoppage of that. But our memory is a problem. Alzheimer's is there around us, all of us. So we looked at what is there in Ayurveda, because it's an incredible science, incredible big science. There is a product in Ayurveda that can help us, Sabroxy. We made that product, standardized for 3 ingredients, and just presented to the market last year. And in the years ahead, we will see the progress on that.
Mm-hmm.
And we have 2 clinical studies done. We have further clinical studies in the pipeline. Now that excites me. Whether I sold 50 kilos or 100 kilos or 1,000 kilos, doesn't matter. This excites me. Yeah. Then
the science is there, and then the people experience the benefits, and the
Yes.
business takes off from there.
Yeah. We introduced a product that is to protect our liver. The curcumin is there. Then another new compound we came up with called livinol. Again, natural product along with bioperin. And we were able to do a clinical study and show it reduces the fat content in the liver. That way, it protects the liver. Now, NASH is around us, NAFLD is around us. We all worry about that. But are we looking at our problems of society today and scientifically using natural products, can we find a small solution for that? This is what drives me. Todd, did I answer your question?
You did. Yeah.
Yes.
That makes sense. I like the fact that there's passion there, that, as you say, you're a scientist first, you're after solutions. And I think that's a common theme running through the very good businesses in our industry, is that they're looking for a solution for health, and that's what drives them. You're no different, and you lead the way in that sense in many respects.
Thank you.
And I wanted to ask you about, you mentioned, kind of some bumps in the road. We know during COVID, operations were especially hard, challenges along the way, but throughout that, Sabinsa has actually been releasing new products and reporting on new science and doing so much. Can you tell us kind of about the leadership and the direction? What helped you power through those challenges and really emerge just as stronger, releasing so much during these times?
Yeah, COVID was pretty rough on all of us, especially in India. And we knew from the very beginning, we absolutely have to manage it and not succumb to that. So we have taken enough precautionary measures, and we have created some products for our own employees. And I send it to throughout the world, wherever our offices are, asked all our employees to take it. We still ended up with 7 people die in our watch. Very regrettable. 7 people die. But we overcome that. But we were a team. We were all united. And we have planned the new product introduction for a specific time, not anticipating the arrival of COVID. None of us did. And so we went ahead with our original plan and introduced the product. So it took, market grasping took some time. That is okay. We are picking up now. COVID is still around us. We have seen the phase 1, we have seen the phase 2. One of the things what we did in India and in the US and other places is we work with the community. Wherever we can, we loosened our purse and supported the community. That was a strong support for us. And we did it through the Prime Minister's Fund. We did it through the Chief Minister's Fund. We did it through Dr. Majid Foundation. It's a foundation that I run to support the poor people. That is a very gratifying experience.
Yeah, I'd love to talk a little bit more about the foundation and if you could talk more specifically about some of the things and the outreach that you've been doing, the things you've accomplished, because I know just some great work going on there.
Maggie, there comes a point in life you realize there is nothing you take with you when you go. We are all transit passengers on this earth. When you go empty-handed. And probably you go good, but we get weaker and we go. So the biggest joy comes from not making money, in giving. That is a sense of satisfaction you have to experience to know that. Making money is tough. It is going to be tough all the time. But giving is the true joy. And that is the basis of Dr. Majid Foundation. There are so many people who doesn't have money for their education, basic education. Support them, because they will make a difference in the world tomorrow. Okay, there are so many people poor, and they stay in these hatched places where one meal a day is tough. And I'm fortunate to have my daughter with me, who is hell-bent on helping a girl child, who is hell-bent on helping a roof over their head. And she is actually an inspiration for me also. And hell-bent on helping the poor children. At least, you give them one meal a day. That's a great satisfaction.
Yeah, that's wonderful work you're doing on that end of things. I also want to talk a little bit about branded ingredients. And, as you said before, you're not a businessman. However, as Sabinsa has grown over the years, you've also been a leader in propping up the importance of branded ingredients, protecting your science, and bringing products to the industry in a way that almost looks like a consumer product, in the sense that you've branded it, you've put the benefits out there that some of your customers can then take and use with consumers. I'm wondering how that process came about and your mindset there as well. What made you think, hey, we need to copyright this stuff, protect our science, and then how has that worked out for you?
You must, Todd, I told you my background. I'm from the pharma background. I work for a company called Pfizer.
Yeah.
You all know
that.
Pfizer. I work for a company called Carter Wallace, a major pharmaceutical company. So the pharma thinking was there with me. And I know exactly how they do it. They want patents, they want protection, they want a brand. Yeah. The difference between pharma thinking and my thinking is, I want my brand to grow even after my patent is gone. Because while I'm under the patent protection, I'll grow that brand. It will help many of my competitors also to come into that market. And I'll tell you an interesting story. When I had the patent on curcumin, I was selling about 180 tons a year, curcumin. After I lost the patent, my sales went up to 450 tons. Now people ask the question, so after the patent over, did you change your prices? I said, no, my price stays the same, because my farmers wanted the price for their turmeric raw material. So I did not shortchange them. My customers did not shortchange me, and they stayed with me. But my volume grew. Same with Bioperin, the brand that matters. I was selling 12 to 18 tons per annum. I went up to 40 tons now. My patent is spared, but my brand continues. Now, every new product that is being made useful for the public eventually understand And my customers, the manufacturers, the brand marketers, they understand the science is there. And when Sabinsa brings out a product, they do their quality check first. So we don't have to worry about that. And that is a consistent behavior from us. And you said, as a scientist and as a businessman, you are a success. Yes, because of the consistency with which we did it, the consistency that every product need to be made and brought to market first with the toxicity. There is no toxicity. Okay, phase 2 comes in. Document it clinically, standardize it, document it clinically. Then take it to the market. In the meanwhile, whether you want to create a brand name, you want to create patents, do so. But at the end, my customer who want to market that product in a bottle gets a good quality product with the science with that one.
I just want to talk about, you're talking about like lifting the industry up and quality. If you could have a message, for the industry, for our greater good, what would your message be to the natural products industry?
Number one, make sure you buy material from people who spend money on cultivation of medicinal plants, because Mother Nature has given us plenty, but abuse it, you will regret it. Cultivate it, then buy from them and bring it to the market. Otherwise, the product that you get today, next generation, it will not be there. That is my number one message. My number two message, and most important than the other one, never abuse Mother Nature. Never abuse. Okay. And we are seeing the effect of that all around us. What kind of a world we are going to leave for our children and our grandchildren?
Yeah.
Non-fertile land, and where there is a climate change, left, right, and center. And today, I have seen the brutal weather in Chicago, and I have seen the mild weather in New Jersey, and I have seen the Texas weather also, hotter than hell type. But, to a certain extent, we can tolerate, even in India. Temperature used to be around 45, but 52 is the standard now. How did that happen?
Yeah.
And the third thing is get the farmers as your partners. And if you are taking a woody tree, please go back and reforest it.
Mm-hmm.
We have done all that, and we should continue to do that. And we should continue to look for innovative ways how we give it to Mother Nature back. Take it, but give it back also.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I love the initiatives you have going on in those areas. I'm just curious your opinion. If you look at the farming industry at large, and this is a little off topic, but there's so much corporate farming that's a behemoth that it's hard to move in that direction because there's so many stockholders and so many people that are financially driven. Any thoughts on how you change that and scale it to really make bigger changes?
We work with the farmers directly. We have no middleman. That middleman concept we have taken out almost 20 years back. When we sign an agreement, say for example, Colliers for Scola. When we sign an agreement, we sign with the 200 farmers who owns 5 acres, 10 acres. Now keep in mind that 10 acres gives him his livelihood for the year, because this plant is a 9-month plant. So after he harvests it, the 10th month, he doesn't have room for the next 2 months. He has to leave all the 12 months with that money. So we go into specific areas and sign up with the farmers. And there are 2 sides to this one. Sometimes your competition comes in, encourages these fellows to sell to somebody else. That can happen. But that is part of the game. You stay with them. And farmers have joined me, left me. But they have come back. They all have come back. Because I was a consistent player. I was always there.
Yeah.
That is the difference I brought. And that is the difference I tell them also. You can dump me and go this year, but I'm here next year also. I'll be here the year after. Okay. So in the area of medicinal plants, even the government of India has excellent initiatives. they are promoting farmers go for medicinal plant cultivation because it brings a little more money.
Hmm.
Yeah. It is not the usual wheat and paddy rice alone. It gets a little bit more money, and there are many suitable areas in India to cultivate all the herbs of India.
Excellent.
Great.
I want to. We're coming close to our time here, but I want to end just talking about what's new and what's next for Sabinsa and the foundation. What's on the horizon? Good things for the future.
Very good question. We will continue what we have been doing. Innovate, research, bring in good quality products into the world markets. That we will continue. What is good for the foundation? A lot of the hard money that I made will go support helping a lot of poor people. And with that thought in mind, I'll close my eyes also. See, we all have an expiration date and we don't know when that is. But that is why I put up the foundation. And I'm so lucky to have my daughter who will carry on my mission of helping the poor.
Excellent. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you. We've learned a lot. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Maggie, thank you. Todd, thank you.